Okay, welcome everyone. Welcome everyone. You are live with Prophet Emmanuel on Wisdom for Life. I want to welcome everyone. Once you come in, let me know. Just drop a message. Let me know if you've got any comments, any questions. Feel free. But once you come in, let me know. Let me know you are here so that I can acknowledge you. This is Wisdom for Life. Let's begin to share. Let's begin to share. Let's begin to invite. Let's share. Let's invite. Let's begin to share. Let's begin to share. Let's begin to share. Let's invite everyone. Let's invite everyone. This is Wisdom for Life every Sunday at 9 p.m. Um, every Sunday at 9 p.m. UK time. Once you come in, let your comment, let your suggestion. If you've got any prayer requests, you want to speak to Prophet Emmanuel, this is my number. Just send me a message or send admin a message. Sometimes the number is with admin. So just drop a message and just say you want to speak to Prophet Emmanuel, and it will be arranged for you to speak to me. God bless you. So let's keep sharing. Let's keep sharing. Mary, welcome, welcome, welcome. Good to see you. Matilda, welcome. Rebecca, welcome, welcome. Let's keep sharing. Jeremiah, welcome, welcome. Nancy, if I see your comment, I'm going to acknowledge you. Woman of God, Petrina, welcome. Welcome, woman of God, Petrina. Let's keep sharing. Let's keep sharing. Let's keep sharing. Once you come on, let's share. Let's share. Let's keep sharing. I don't know who's on. Mau, God bless you. God bless you. Let's keep sharing. We're about to start. We're about to start. Let's keep sharing. Let's keep sharing. Let's keep sharing. Welcome, Fafa. Oh, welcome, Fafa. Oh, man of God, Eladem, God bless you. Welcome. This is Wisdom for Life. Let's keep sharing. Let's keep sharing. Let's keep sharing. Let me grab my phone and share. Let's keep sharing. Let's invite everyone. Let me get my phone close to me, so that I can share. Tanisha, God bless you. Good to see you. I was wondering if we have Tanisha today. God bless you. Let me just get my phone. Looking at my phone. If you've got any questions, if you've got any suggestions, feel free and put it out there. Um, Feel free. Um, I'll be scrolling through. It's a bit easier for me to see the questions, so I'll be scrolling through. Um, okay, so we're gonna start. We're gonna start today. I'm gonna touch on something I've entitled "A Word to the Wise," which is a very common phrase. A word to a wise. The word to a wise. So, as the saying goes, when it comes to you dealing with this is wisdom for life. We're dealing with people with great wisdom. So there are certain things that you don't have to drum in too much. You just need to touch base. So the word to the wise is just things that should help us carry ourselves in life. Things that if we follow in life, it will put us in a very very strong position against anyone that we face. So when I say anyone that we face, I'm not necessarily referring to an enemy, but anyone you face could be your boss, could be a colleague, could be a neighbor, could be a friend. There are things that if we do or we carry ourselves in a way, it will show the wisdom that we have, and it will help us. So I'll be touching on the things that I feel we should do, and if time permits me, I'm going to talk about things that we need to be careful insane, but that will be something I'm going to prepare extensively for. So today I'll just touch on. Next week I'm going to touch on or deal with that extensively. So today mainly it will be aware to wise, just things that maybe we thought about, we've not thought about it, we've heard about it, those sort of things, general things, but they are very detailed, or when it's made very detailed, they make more sense. So that's what we're going to be looking at on Wisdom for Life. But let's keep sharing, let's keep sharing. Let's not be selfish and enjoy everything. Let's spread our wings. Let's get other people involved. Let's invite different people as well so that they can also enjoy Wisdom for Life. As I say always, if it's helping you, help other people. I mean, the essence of me coming on is to find a way to help people with a little that I've also acquired over the years. So let's try and share. So today we're looking at Wisdom for Life. Again, as I say always, I mean, if you've got any question, you can put it out there. So the first thing, or the first rule that I want to put out there, and a word to the wise, is that people that are ahead of us, we need to always speak well of them. These are things that we need to think about. So in life, you find yourself around three people. One is people ahead of you, one is people by you, and one is people behind you. Now, the first rule says always speak well of the people ahead of you. So the people ahead of you could be your parents, it could be your boss, it could be your pastor, it could be anyone older, anyone who is ahead of you. It could be someone ahead of you in life. It could even be your younger brother, your younger sister who has achieved something ahead of you. So anyone, Alfie, welcome. Let me welcome Alfie. Let me welcome Mau. I think I've already welcomed you. Adele, welcome. So anyone ahead of you, you have to speak well of them. That's the rule. Make sure you speak well of anyone ahead of you. Number two, the same. Number two, anyone by you. So I said there are three groups of people. We've got people that are ahead of us, people that are by us. By us means we are the same level. By us means we are sitting on the same table. People that are by us, we need to respect them. So it could be your fellow colleague, it could be your partner, your wife, your husband. You have to respect them. It could be your siblings, because you're all brothers and sisters, you're the same level. You have to respect people that are the same level. Um, it's important. It's important rule in life. When you follow those rules, it helps you in life. You respect people that are beside you, and people that are behind you, you protect them. People that are behind you, you protect them. If God has put you or nature has put you in a very good stead, you need to protect people behind you. If you're a parent, you protect your children. You don't expose them. If you're man of God, woman of God, preacher, religious leader, you protect your followers. If you're a president, you're a leader of your country, leader of your organization, you protect people behind you. If you think about it, you realize that these are things that are very difficult. It's very difficult for us not to speak bad about people ahead of us, because if they're ahead of us, they're in front of us, that means we can see all their mistakes. We can see. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that it's bad to point things out to people if you are trying to help them. But what I'm talking about is constantly criticizing them or speaking behind them. It's very difficult for us to avoid, but that's what we need to do. The same way, people that are the same level, it's hard to give respect to them because you often want to respect people above you. It's easy to respect your parents, but to give your sibling respect, sometimes it can be a chore. But that's what life expects from us. These are rules of life that if you're able to follow, it will help you. It will help you. Let me just check and see if there's any. Okay, it says thank God for another opportunity. Um, it will help you. You have to follow it, and especially people behind us. Sometimes we tend to leave them. We tend to leave them. We forget about them. Argue, all come, all come. We tend to leave them behind, think of ourselves. We've already achieved something, we've gone ahead. But you have to protect people behind you. People that are behind you are often like vulnerable people. That's how you're supposed to see them anyway. You have to protect your children, protect anything that you've been put ahead of. If God has blessed you financially, you protect people that are not financially strong. These are rules that will help us in life. So that's the first rule. It's a 3-1 rule. It's the first rule. The second rule, and a word to the wise, is that don't beg to be present at a place where you expected to be absent. So don't beg to be present at a place you expected to be absent. If they don't invite you to the party, don't beg anyone to be there. There's no point. There's no point begging anyone. If they don't want to add you to the committee, let them have it. If you expected to be absent, be absent. Sometimes we want to show up where we are not welcome. We want to show up where we are not expected to be there. And it takes a lot out of us, sometimes emotionally, sometimes mentally. It can drain us. Um, it can drain us. So we need to be very careful. Um, if you are not, Andrea, welcome. If you're not expected to be there, if you're expected to be absent, don't beg to be present. Is very key. Is very key. Um, Now, number three rule. Um, Number three rule. It has to do with credit in life. Number one, don't fight for other people's credit. Don't fight for other people's credit. Don't fight for other people's credit. Sometimes we are desperate to let people think we've achieved something when we know the credit should go to someone else. We are fighting so hard to take the credit. Don't fight don't fight for other people's credit. These are things that if you do in life, it can affect you in life. If it's someone else that did it, let them have the credit. Some of us, we even want to take the credit from people. How do we fight it? Sometimes when people are being celebrated, that's the time we want to create attention for ourselves. We want to cause mischief just to take the credit away from people. If you do that, it's not about just telling people you did it, but when it's your, let's say, your sister's birthday and it's being celebrated, that's the day you want to go and fight someone in that celebration. So now everything has come to you, the whole attention has come to you. When you do that, you are fighting nature, and nature can fight you. So don't fight for other people's credit. And under the same credit, don't expect to be don't expect to get credit when you've not put in any effort. Your work will determine your credit. So when you know you are not putting in any effort, don't expect any credit. Sometimes we're in a group, the department, and people are putting their weight in. They show up for meetings, they do other things, and the job is done. And all of a sudden you're angry because no one called you to congratulate you because you feel like you're part of that team. But ask yourself, did you put in any effort? Once you don't put in any effort, don't expect any credit because your effort will determine the credit that you get. That your effort will determine the credit that you get. Let me pause here and check and see if there are any questions. Once you come in, you can put a comment there so that I can acknowledge your comments. I can acknowledge your question. Okay, so woman of God Petrina said, how does one cope when others are always taking credit? Okay, so I'm going to assume that your question means if you are doing all the hard work and other people are taking credit. So other people are doing what they shouldn't do in nature. One day they will be found out. For me, it's better for you to put in the work and not get credit than not put in the work and get credit. Because anything that you are credited for, um, one day you'll be debited for in life. Um, Anything that you are credited for, because even in business, you credit, in accounting, they say you credit the giver. So whoever gets credit has to be a giver, has to be someone pouring something. So one day something will come out of you, or one day you'll be found out. A lot of people have taken credit for work, jobs they didn't do. Because they are leaders. But one day, everyone will move away from them and they will be left alone. So in life, don't fight for credit, fight for the work. The credit will come naturally. Even if you are not credited today, one day someone will know your effort. And most of the time, there are certain people, they get credited when they are not there. For me, if you are very good, you get credit whether you are there or not. Especially when you're not there. If people can look at you and say, when this person left, this department has become very bad, that's a testimony, that's a credit to how good you are. So always aim for credit that can even come in your absence, not just in your presence. And that's one thing we need to do. Okay, so let's keep sharing. Let's keep sharing. Let's keep sharing. This is Wisdom for Life. We almost half hour through. We are dealing with a word to the wise. So these are words that we have to walk with if we want to be wise in life. Um, we want to walk with. So we are looking at things that if we follow, it will put us in a very strong way. So let's keep sharing. If you've got any question, feel free to put it out there. It could be any question relating to what I've said or something outside that you've heard. Is very key. So number 5, we are looking at 10 key things that we need to do in life, or we need to observe in life. So the 5th rule, and a word to the wise, is never comment or talk bad about a food that you never contributed to or never paid for. So you cannot talk bad on anything that you had no involvement in or no contribution. So if your friend take you to a restaurant and you eat and you haven't paid for the meal, even if it doesn't taste well, um, keep your comment, because all you're trying to do will be to discredit the work that has been done. So if someone takes you to a restaurant and he said it's bad, to that person, the person has wasted money, because all the person probably wanted to do was to try and please you, impress you. Taking you out was all he or she wanted to do. And after eating, you say, "This food does not taste nice. I wish I had not come here." You've taken away something great from that person. So learn not to speak if you didn't pay for it. If you pay for it, they say he who pays the piper calls the tune. Don't get me wrong, it might be different where, let's say, with your wife or your husband, because you understand each other well. But if you know you didn't put any effort in, you don't talk bad. So your wife has stood in the kitchen, spent the whole day cooking a food for you. Even if you tasted more salt than the soup, you don't need to make any comment. After all, once you've swallowed it, it's good enough. You need to be very appreciative. There was no effort put in. If you cook the food with her, then you have every right. So when you think about it, what life allows you to do is to be your own critic, not someone else's critic, unless you have that relationship with that person. So if I cooked, I can blame myself. I can say, well, it's bad. If I cooked it with my partner, I could say, maybe because of what I did, or, because I'm involved, we are involved. It doesn't hurt anyone's emotion. But you don't know the sweat, the pain, the effort that went in. Maybe the person was so tired, feeling weak, but they still did it. If it didn't appear the way it's supposed to appear, if something else was produced, accept it, eat it, go and cry within yourself. The next day you can wake up stronger, but don't criticize it. Don't criticize it. It's a very bad habit, regardless of how bad it is. Whether it's your daughter that cooked it, your 12-year-old daughter, 10-year-old son, just be very complimentary. One thing I always say, in the midst of any bad thing or any bad situation, you can find one good thing. When a place is burnt, you will find one item in there that wasn't really burnt properly, that is still good enough to use. Even when there's a bomb blast, you can still find something, a safe that wasn't blasted. So in life, in the midst of bad things or challenging things, things that you think is not good, you find something. Even if the stew doesn't taste nice, the meat might be good. Compliment on what is good. Don't waste your energy on what is bad. Some people spend time, when they meet people, they are looking for fault in the person. Whereas the fault comes naturally. Fault you don't need to find, it will come. You need to look for the good things. and accumulate the good things. So whenever you see the bad things or the bad thing comes, you deduct it from the good things and you like the person. That's how you end up liking people. Other than that, you can be in a relationship with someone for 5 years and not find anything good in them or any reason to marry them. Why? Because every day you are waiting for the next calamity that you come across in that person. And when you do that, it becomes a problem. So that's not the fifth rule. The sixth rule, never make the first move in any negotiation. You can write it down because it's not in any order. If you ask me after, I'll forget. I'm just bringing it out. So don't make the first move in any negotiation. Don't make the first move. Negotiation could be anything. It could be an auction. It could be business. It could be even relationship. Don't make the first move. You always want to be the one that will listen, will observe, because sometimes, let's say, if it's negotiation for a property, I remember one time I was going to buy a car, and I'll give an example. The guy was selling it. Let's say he was selling a £5,000. I went there prepared to give 3,000. So going negotiating with a guy, I'm just throwing numbers, and I looked at faults. I found few faults, so I pointed it out. So I was about to say I'll give, let's say, 2.5, because I was so confident that even what I went in with, I can still get less. Before I was about to say, the guy was like, just bring 1,000 and take the car. Um, Basically, the price he gave me was like 4 times less than what he had advertised, or a quarter, 1/4 of what he had advertised. Imagine I had said 2.5, he would have given it to me 2.5. Because he stood there, he looked at me and said, "I want to get rid of this car. Just take it." And I took it. And that's how life is. You don't have to be quick in negotiation. Always try and dig around and wait till all the options are put on the table before you make any move. Let me see if there are any questions. Okay. There are no questions. Okay, so I want to welcome everyone once again. This is Wisdom for Life, your life with Prophet Emmanuel. This is a new series I call A Word to the Wise. Word to the Wise. So we are on number seven. Number seven, I think. Number seven or number eight. I think number seven. The 7 point is, if you want to assert yourself in life, you need to learn the act of keeping an eye contact. If you want to assert yourself in life, you need to work or develop the art of keeping an eye contact. If you want to assert the truth, sometimes what you are saying is true, but you're not keeping an eye contact. Especially if you're dealing with the police, you are guilty until proven innocent. If you're talking in the midst of people, your eye contact, you've gone for an interview, you want to show a bit of assertion, like, this is my job, this is the rule. If you've made it this far, I always say, when you go in for interview, either you go and impress or you come back depressed. It's one or the other. So when you go in there, you want to go there and make a name for yourself. That's the Tower of Babel, the people said. So you want to go there and make sure you are keeping the right eye contact. It's important. It takes away guilt. It takes away confusion. It takes away uneasiness is important. It's something you have to work on because it's not easy sometimes when your eye meets. I like boxing. Boxers look at themselves, the last face off, uh, and genuinely sometimes the one who is the strongest has got a very weak eye, and it gives the other one a false sense of confidence. They come in the ring and they pounce on you. If you don't keep an eye contact, everyone will speak to you anyhow because weakness um, and strength is in the eye. Strength is in the eye, weakness is in the eye. If someone is being defeated, you can see in their eye. If someone wants to give up, you can see in their eye. If someone is so tired, so depressed, you can see. If an animal wants to destroy you, you can see in the eye. So strength is in the eye, weakness is in the eye. So we have to work on that contact if we want to really go far. Um, it's important. It's important. Now, the eighth the eighth rule that we need to pay attention to is that we need to understand that one truth can defeat million lies. One truth can defeat the strength of one truth is bigger than the strength of million lies. So in life, it doesn't matter the amount of lies that you give. It takes one truth to defeat the whole thing. So we always need to be um, apologies, there was a call coming in. We always need to understand that sometimes we worry ourselves. It will take you so many lies to survive in a certain way, whereas all you need is one truth that will defeat all the lie. No amount of lies can be bigger than truth. It doesn't matter. You can have a bucket full of lies. One of them. I love that, Aki. Somewhere it was a call that was coming in. I've got my phone here trying to get all the questions. Tanisha said, Prophet, what about when you are speaking to your spiritual father and staring straight back at the person? Would it come across as rude? Um, no, I mean, if you're staring at someone in their eye, it's a sign of confidence. There's nothing rude about looking at someone in the eye. I mean, it only gets rude if everything has been said and it's time for you to go and you are still there staring at the person, or you've not been invited and you are somewhere, or let's say someone is standing somewhere and you are standing somewhere and you are staring at them in their face. That's what is rude. But if someone is speaking to you, I think it's more respectful if you look at them in the eye. It gives them more confidence that what they are asking you to do, you can do it. So, regardless of who they are, I mean, your spiritual father is not greater than your biological father, um, because even spiritually, is your biological parents before your spiritual parent. Your biological parents are your physical parents. We are human beings, so we are physical first before spiritual. So everything physical comes before spiritual. Um, Even though the spiritual is always greater, don't get me wrong. The only thing that is greater spiritually is God. God will always be first because He is everything. He created us in His image. Um, so He's everything. He's physical, He's spiritual, He's everything. So we just need to understand. But even though He's a spirit, don't get me wrong, but He has everything, all attributes. So I hope that explains it. So that's number eight rule. Number eight rule: ensure that you you only go for one truth, because there's only one truth. The rest of them are lies. If you have many truth, you have many lies. So don't get confused. If it's the truth, you say it once. Um, it doesn't change. Now, the ninth rule: don't be ashamed of your beginning, or don't be ashamed of your background. So don't be ashamed of your beginning, and don't be ashamed of your background. Some people are ashamed of their beginning. The pictures that they took when they are 5 years is locked up in the safe, and the money is on the table. They would rather hide the picture than the money that they have, um, because they are ashamed of that. If you came from a humble background, there's nothing to be ashamed of. Um, there's nothing to be ashamed. Your background is what has made you who you are now. Don't get me wrong. I mean, some of us, we've gone through different things in the past that we don't want to remember. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about who you are, where you come from, um, your culture. I'm not saying grow up and still live by, some culture that may not be applicable to where you are living or may not fit well. But don't be ashamed. Don't be ashamed of who you are. You can't be ashamed of your background or your beginning. Your beginning may be small. Uh, Today, it might be in your beginning. You shouldn't be ashamed. Um, I mean, some people start life with one person, two people. That's your beginning. The time will come, God will move you into the thousands. You can't be ashamed. This is how um, you are. This is where you've been placed. Um, this is where you've been placed, and you have to be content with. So that's number nine rule. That's number nine rule. Um, that's number nine rule. It's very key. Um, it's very key that we are not ashamed of our beginning. We can't be ashamed of our beginning. Now, number 10, the last rule, before I branch a little bit into the things that we need to be very careful. Next week, I'm going to talk in detail. Number nine rule is that there are four things that you can never beg for in life, or you should never beg for in life. There are four things. Those four things, if you beg for, you will never receive them the way they're supposed to be received. You will never receive them the way they're supposed to be received. What do I mean by that? That means you receive um, them in a way that is different from what everyone is receiving. Um, you have to make sure you don't beg for those four things. And I'm going to come on that. Let me see if there are any questions. Let me see if there are any questions. Okay. So there are no questions. So there are four things you can never beg for. The first one is attention. You should never beg for attention. You should never beg. The mistake people make: if you're in a relationship and you're begging for attention, understand that there's a crack in that relationship. If you are begging for your husband, your wife, your boyfriend, girlfriend, fiancé, man friend, old friend, to give you attention because they're not giving you attention, there's a cracking. These are things that we never beg for. Never ever beg for attention. Um, Never beg for that. It's the wrong thing to beg for, and it's one of the biggest mistakes a lot of people make. So the attention that will be given will be, it will not be natural. And if you can't get natural attention, It's either you accept that in this relationship is not for you, or you have to accept that this is the level of attention you can get. You can't beg for attention in anywhere, whether any institution. You just want people to focus on your work. Everything I do, no one sees. Never beg for attention. Number two, never beg for affection or love. Never beg for affection or love. If the person loves you, they'll show you that they love you. You don't need to beg them to love you. Some people have been in relationships for 3 years, 4 years, and because they've been in there long, they feel the need to beg for affection. If you have to beg for that, then you are in trouble. This is the second thing you can never beg for in life, or you should never ever consider begging for in life, because if you do that, you are destroying what can be a good thing. Look, if this love is not yours, there's another love there for you. So never beg for that. Now, the third thing you never beg for is relationship. You never beg for relationship. You never beg for relationship. What do I mean? If you've dated a person for 2 years and he's never proposed, you begging him to marry you, you are begging for, because remember, relationship is stages. You've got friendship, which is a relationship. You've got dating, which is a relationship. You've got courtship, which is a relationship. Um, you've got fiancé level, which is a relationship. You've got marriage, which is a relationship. So if you are at any level and you are begging for another level, um, it's a problem. You never beg for relationship. Even business relationship, you don't beg people, celebrities to be your friend. You don't beg people. That means they were never your friend and they will never be your friend, even if they act like they are your friends. You can't beg your pastor to be your friend. You can't beg your your siblings to be your friend. Your neighbors to be your friend. It's wrong. Um, it's wrong. That's why people end up hurting themselves unnecessarily. You don't beg for relationship. The fourth thing you cannot beg for is respect. You cannot beg for respect. Respect is earned. Respect is commanded. It's not demanded. So if you cannot command it, it's just not worth fighting for. You cannot beg for respect. Um, if you are complaining to your colleagues, you are complaining to your boss of acknowledgement, recognition, it's all begging for respect. Um, it's either they give it to you or they don't. If you take it from them, it's not. It changes into a different thing altogether. Respect is something that has to be natural. It's not a supernatural thing. So if it's not naturally coming to you, you need to ask yourself what you need to do to be able to get those things. What you need to do, and once you're able to do that or come to that term, then you'll be able to earn that respect. Earn that respect. So let's bear that in mind. Let's bear that in mind. Number 11, I know I said I was going to shorten it so that I'll introduce the other one, but I'll just give all the things. But number 11 rule, number 11 rule, which is key. Anything that puts you off from the beginning will never put you on at the end. Anything that puts you off from the beginning will never put you on at the end. We need to bear that in mind. So, what am I saying? You're going to view a property, it puts you off. Um, but maybe later on you negotiate the price, they talk to you, you go in there. If you are not careful, you'll be put off once you get in there because something hidden will come out. And it works the same with relationship. You see that person, your first date, the person did not even bite the meat. The person was swallowing the whole chicken with the bones, finished and lick his fingers, and it straight away it's put you off. Um, I'm not saying leave the person. I'm saying if you've been put off from the beginning, nothing will put you on at the end. By the time you marry the person, um, you find out that you lift your pillow and all the teacups and everything is there. So if that chewing of the bone put you off, you come in and the person is snoring um, like a train. There's nothing that is going to put you on if you've been put off from beginning. You're going to sign a contract with someone, you've seen the land is put you off, nothing is going to put you on. Um, Once it's put you off, understand that throughout the journey, that put off, you have to put it off basically before you'll be fine if you want to continue. But if that thing is still there in your mind, then it's just going to continue. So we need to be very careful. We need to be very careful. Um, they always say, coming event, cast their shadows long before the event. So sometimes you see the shadow of what is coming. They call it in finance precursor. Whenever there's a big announcement coming in an economic statement, they always give us a precursor, something that we have to work on. That's what they're expecting. Analysts will give their prediction. So what you are seeing now is a precursor. If his shoes are torn, if there are holes in the trouser, the day you marry, you see holes in the boxes. Don't think the holes is just there. If I marry him, I'll patch the holes in the shoe. There are other holes you have to patch as well. So you have to be ready. Don't think what you've seen is all you are seeing. That's what you have to understand in life. It's not everything. There are more to come. There are more from where it came from. So we need to bear that in mind. And when we understand these rules, it will help us. It will help us. The last rule that we need to bear in mind, the last rule is that whenever you join people to destroy someone, someone will also join forces to destroy you. We have to understand this rule in life. For me, one thing that I will never do, regardless of who you are, it can even be my mom. If you go and look for your own fight, I can advise you, I'll be behind you, but I'm not with you. Because I understand that in life we all fight our own battle. It's only God that comes in to fight for us. So never join people. I mean, if you are lucky for people to join your fight, that's fine. They've come in to join forces for you. or forces with you. But bear in mind, the same way they are teaming up with you, one day they can either go and team up with someone against you, or someone else will also team up, or a group of people will team up against you. Life is very, very funny. Anything you do deliberately will be done deliberately to you. Mistakes are bound to happen. Ignorance is there, even though it's no excuse for breaking the law. But in God's eye, um, errors are errors. So let's be careful who we team up with, because those people can team up against us one day, or other people can team up against. Let people fight their own battle. You went to the workplace to go and work, not to join any forces with anyone. You go to church to serve God, not to form cliques. Because one day the clique that you are you join forces will come and bite you. You join your brother to fight your sister. One day your husband's sister will also join her brother and fight you. That's how life works. So you know, sympathize with people when they've got problems. Give them advice, but don't emotionally draw yourself into anything. Because the day they forgive the person, you'll be the only one left with the whole emotion. So build your own emotion, uh, walk your own path. Don't carry people's burden, because if you carry people's burden, um, your burden doubles. That's why there are a lot of people that they can't progress in a certain way in life, because they are carrying other people's burden. You are carrying your your dad's burden, the burden, because when you're young, your dad was telling you how your mom treated him. So because of that, you are carrying the same hatred your dad has for your mom. What's the point? Was it you that was treated bad? You don't fight anyone's battle. Um, you don't fight anyone's battle. It's important you understand in life, because if you start fighting for people, then the other battles they are fighting, if they are fighting, imagine you are fighting for your best friend at work against your boss. You want to make sure you are behind the person. Things you've not seen, you've said. If that person is fighting financially, you fight that, because every battle will be put on your head. Now you become the carrier of the person's battle. So you fight their health battles, you fight their spiritual battles, you fight everything. That's why you don't fight anyone's battle. You just leave them, advise them, and think about, you've got enough battle on your head that you've not finished fighting. And once you understand those basic principles, it will help you to be able to walk well in life. This is where I'm going to end. Um, I hope it's been I hope it's been a fruitful time. I want to encourage you, if you've got any prayer requests, you've got any questions that you couldn't bring it out, feel free. The number is out there. That's my personal number. You can call me anytime. Um, you can call me anytime. Next week, we are going to look at the don'ts in life, still on their way to the wise, things that you shouldn't cross, lines that you shouldn't cross in life. People have crossed them, and it's giving them all sorts of problems. Next week, we're going to go in depth. Tomorrow, we've got Bible Digest. I know it's a holiday in UK, but tomorrow we are meeting 9 p.m. BST, 8 p.m. UK time. On Tuesday, I'm going to be live on Facebook on Mystery Corner at 10 p.m. GMT, 11 p.m. BST. Then on Wednesday, We've got Destiny Moment at 11 p.m. BST, 10 p.m. GMT. If you want any more information, you can message me. May God bless every single one of you. And may God keep you safe until I see you again. This is Prophet Emmanuel, and I'm on Wisdom for Life. Take care. Bye.